All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let me have one more drink of my lean protein shake. Welcome to another YouTube episode with your girl. That's me, Kristen Mark. I'm currently drinking a lean protein on the go. What flavor is it? Peanut butter puff flavor. It's actually not bad. I kind of also have to go pee, but I'll go pee after the intro. So I wanted to do a YouTube in my office, and I wanted the YouTube to be all about building confidence. Well, before we get into what I think, welcome to the channel. So if you're a female and you're looking to build confidence, maybe you feel insecure in certain situations, I want to go over a few things that helped me build and maintain just like self-confidence, like showing up into any situation and being like, I'm Kirsten motherfucking Mark, I'm here whether you like me or not. So sit down, grab your protein oats that I've been eating for the last hour, and enjoy the episode. All right, first things first, I run a free, I don't like calling it a fitness community because it really is more of just like an empowering free community of females. There's over 14,000 ladies in the community right now. I always drop the link to join in the description. So if you want to join our boss ass biatch community with over 14,000 people, then I'm going to drop that in the comments here and you can join us. You got to answer a few questions. We can be best friends and you can join the community and be empowered on the daily. I'm going to go pee now. All right, I wrote 3 tips on my phone here and then I'm gonna expand on them. I wanna give you guys a lot of visuals so you guys show you guys some transformations, etc., etc. Okay, so let's start with tip number 1. And tip number 1 is making sure that your environment supports you. So what I mean by that is if you are already lacking confidence and you are around someone who is degrading, who doesn't support you, what do you think that's gonna do to your self-confidence? It's gonna go down the shitter, right? So I think one of the most important things in building self-confidence is making sure that your environment supports you. So I'm gonna show you guys a transformation picture here from me when I was binge eating compared to where I am now. And a lot of people will say things like, well, I like you on the left. You weren't like fat on the left. And I never say that I was fat on the left. I never say that. So it's like, hey, thank you, but I didn't say that. The feeling that I had on the left was I felt lost. I felt out of control. I felt insecure and my environment didn't support me. I was around people that were drinking and were doing drugs every single weekend. And fun fact, drinking and doing drugs every single weekend doesn't support confidence. So if that's where you're at, then that's the first thing you gotta at least limit and moderation, you guys. Like it just does not. So partying every weekend and drinking would always lead me to making unhealthy food choices, not just for that day, but for sometimes the week after. So on the left, my environment didn't support me. I didn't have a good group of friends. I was drinking every weekend and nobody around me really like believed in me besides, of course, like bless you, Mama Nick, and my sister and my like close family members. Okay. So didn't really have a lot of close friends and honestly wasn't hanging around people that supported me in any way, shape or form. I'm not pointing fingers and blaming those people whatsoever because I probably didn't support them either. And I also think that full responsibility is extremely important if you want to be confident, because that's what this YouTube is all about, confidence. Full responsibility is extremely important, but I made the decision to hang around these people. I made the decision to do the drugs. I made the decision to drink. So that's me taking full responsibility. But it honestly affected my self-confidence huge. I didn't feel confident. I basically, in order for me to feel like confident, it's called liquid confidence, I would have to drink. And even then I still wasn't confident. I don't think that you should ever need a stimulant to support your confidence. Okay. So tip number 1 is choose an environment that supports your confidence. And I actually want to say one more thing about this because a lot of you guys, I'm sure, are watching this and saying, well, like my friends suck and my family sucks and like nobody around me. And I think people think that the support that you have to have is in your direct day-to-day life. I have a group of humans called The Women Who Win, and there's 1,400 clients inside of my community, and it is the most supported group I have ever met. So if you are lacking support in your daily world, work, family, etc., then go find a community that wants to support you. What you're looking for, you're gonna find. So if you're constantly speaking out loud about how horrendous your family is, how horrendous your friends are, that's what you're gonna see every day. If you change that language and you say, I'm committed to finding people that support me, then you're gonna find that. And it is so much easier to build self-confidence when your environment supports you. If you are having a good day and somebody looks at you and says, yo, you fucking suck, dude. You're lazy. You never get anything done. What do you think that does to your self-confidence? Especially if you're already fragile and you're already trying to work on building it. It feels like you're starting over again. You get to here, you're like, okay, I'm doing good. I did my affirmations. Your partner, your friend, your spouse says, what the fuck are your affirmations? Those are stupid. Why are you doing those? And then you're like back down here. So you need to find people that are like-minded in their self-development journey, or you're not going to be successful in building confidence. All right, so let's go to point number 2. If you want to build confidence, be your weird ass self. Be cringy if you're cringy. I know it is absolutely impossible to build confidence if you aren't showing up as yourself daily. There is nothing that breaks self-confidence more in thinking that you have to act like somebody else in order to be accepted by other people. So if every single day you wake up and you put on a mask, I'm not talking about makeup, I'm talking about a fucking personality face, you are never going to build confidence because you think that who you are authentically isn't good enough to present to the entire world. And so for me, I used to hide certain things about me because I felt like I was going to get judged, and because I felt like I couldn't show up as my authentic self behind closed doors. I was self-loathing. I thought about self-harming. I wasn't able to show up to my day-to-day life as Kirsten Mark, the weird ass, cringy ass version of myself, which is me. I just have a lot of energy. I say some things that are offside. That's just like who I am. And when I had to try and hide that part of me, I was never making progress towards building self-confidence in day-to-day situations because I didn't feel like I was acceptable as I was. So I think point 2 is like, you're gonna be so much more confident taking off the mask and just showing up to the world as you are. And like, the funny thing is that people are going to like you and people are going to hate you, and people are going to hate you even if you're trying to be what you think everybody wants you to be. Like, you're never going to have 100% of people that are like, I fucking love this person. It just isn't a thing, you guys. Human beings, we're all different. All right. So I say this all the time, and I like live by this and I embody this, that I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. So if you don't like me, that's okay, because I like me and I'm okay with me and I'm good with me now. So that helps me build confidence, and that helps me say, fuck you, when someone says like, well, you're kind of annoying. And it's like, well, if you think that my authentic self is annoying, then you can suck a fat one and probably stop watching my stuff too. The weirdest thing, and this is like, again, if you like, this is where your environment needs to support you. If you're constantly focusing on the people that are behind a computer screen, or even in your day-to-day life that are telling you like, well, you're fucking annoying, what do you think is going to expand in your day-to-day life? When you do things, you're going to think like, oh, I'm annoying. And what we think and the thoughts we give momentum are the thoughts that create our reality. So show up as yourself. Understand that some people are going to think you're annoying. And for me, it's a very large handful of people, and I'm okay with that. Because like, I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. And I also think like, I choose to focus on the people that love me versus focusing on the people that don't think I have good energy or don't like my vibe. And it's like, those people spend so much time trying to tear me apart that I'm like, if you actually took the time that you were trying to tear me apart and put that time into yourself and built your own self-confidence, you wouldn't be behind a computer screen trying to make me feel like shit. So own who you are, be cringy, be your weird ass self. That's point number 2. The last point that we're going to talk about is becoming aware of negative self-talk. So I'm not like, listen very closely, become aware of negative self-talk. I'm not saying to completely eliminate self-talk, especially coming from someone who lived a lot of their life talking negatively about themselves. Once you become aware of negative thoughts, you can redirect those thoughts. So it's like, even myself as a very positive and confident human being, I still have negative thoughts daily. And what's crazy is over the last few years, and just even thinking about my last week, they have become so much less just because of the work I've been putting in the gym, the work I've been putting in on my mindset, reading books, building my business. All those things have led me to so much less self-loathing and negative thoughts. But one thing I will do now is when a negative thought does arrive, I'll catch it and almost catch it like this. And I'm like, not fucking today. Because the problem with negative thoughts is not that you have a random negative thought pop into your head. It's that you give that thought momentum. And I'm gonna give you an example on what I mean about that. I mean that you're looking in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I fucking hate my stomach. And in that moment, if you were aware, you could catch that and you could be like, that's not who I want to be today, and that's not how I want to talk to myself today. But instead, you start saying, oh, and look at my hair. Oh my gosh, and look at my teeth. And you start pointing out all these things about yourself that are negative. And now you've just given that negative thought momentum. So it's no longer just a negative thought. You feel negative, you act negative, and you have a negative day. And so in order to build self-confidence, I'm not telling you that you need to completely eliminate negative self-talk. What I am telling you is that you absolutely need to be aware of your negative self-talk. Because if you're not aware of it, you go through the entire day being a total fucking asshole to yourself. All right? Does that make sense? Those are 3 of my best tips to building confidence. Let me sit here with my eyes closed. I also just think like the way you start your day is everything. So if you're starting your day by opening your phone and getting a message from the outside world, you're not letting the outside world dictate your day. So I will forever stand by that the way you start your morning is everything. And I'd also say that would account a lot for building self-confidence. For me, it's like this fucking thing is not a thing in the morning. I listen to my meditations, I read a few pages of my book, and I really allow myself to get into a positive state before I look at my phone, because I get a lot of really great messages. I also get a lot of really savage messages, and I don't want to start my day with a savage message. So I hope that you guys got some value from this. What I would like to know is what one of those points resonated with you the most. So comment on the actual episode. Was it I want to make sure I get every yes. Make sure your environment supports you. Did that resonate with you? Was it be your weird ass cringy self? I feel like that one really fucking hits me because I am weird. I am a little cringy, but I take pride in being myself. And the last one, become aware of negative self-talk. Let me know what you learned. Let me know what you'd like to talk about on this channel. I have my YouTube channel, to be quite honest, just to be able to be myself, to deliver value, but also just to have like memory. So there's a lot of value on this channel. There's fitness, there's macro-friendly recipes, there's mindset, and then there's also just like my life. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you let me know by giving it a like, subscribing and supporting the channel, letting me know what you want to see in the comments, joining the free fitness community, because you'll get a lot more of this inside of that community. And I drop a new episode every week at 9 a.m. PST. So if you liked this episode, I expect that you'll be setting your alarm for 9 a.m. PST. I'll be there on the live chat, chatting with you guys when every single new episode drops. Peace, love, protein, and go get fucking confident, bitches. You're beautiful, you're worthy, you're capable, you got this.